Oh, look at her face, isn't she pretty? I'd hate to see her ugly crying and screaming and on the ground kicking her legs and pounding her fists because she's ruining her whole career for nothing. I don't even know. It's crazy. These people are absolutely crashing out.
Welcome back to a series so spectacular, Netflix gave me a contract. In today's video, Ethan has pulled out a 1 million IQ move. Apparently he was trolling when he said he added Seandablack to the lawsuit.
Yeah, no shit. Everybody knew this, except for the left, apparently. Well, the insane left.
Hasan's orbiting moons are in shambles. In other news, Kaceytron apparently got married. F in the chat for the poor soul who has to deal with her. Lawyers are now going into in-depth analysis of the lawsuits. It appears Denims in particular is completely cooked.
Yeah, she's probably the most cooked out of all of them because she is the dumbest, the loudest, the prettiest, and the biggest. Of course it's gonna be her. It's always these types.
People are now harassing streamer Emiru.
Yeah, this one's actual fucking bullshit. This one pisses me off because Emiru does not deserve any of this shit. I made a video about her yesterday about how insane people are latching on to her being like a racist monster, even though she hasn't done anything or said anything. She just associates with Asmongold and Tectone and all these people, so they've lumped them into being racist right-wing extremists, so obviously she's gonna be them too. Even though she's actually technically a leftist. She's woke. I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian.
For supporting Ethan, subscribe to make all of your dreams come true, and let's begin with Ethan Klein's big brain maneuver. Ethan says he does a little trolling and announces he's not suing Seandablack.
I love how Ethan is all of a sudden a right-wing extremist now.
So here we got Ethan and Ela on vacation. Okay, I was kidding about suing Seandablack. I thought it would be funny to add a guy after being called a misogynist. We do a little trolling on vacation. The truth is, if I thought it was a good case, I would have added him from the start. He was very close to making the cut though. Anyway, pretty funny how you all went from calling me a misogynist to calling me a racist.
It is so true, man, so true. I actually thought he was gonna be suing this guy. And I was kind of hoping for it. I was cheering for it. But that is hilarious. Man, he got us all.
That was just crazy. For the record, I did not even know that Sean was black.
Fucking based, man. Ethan's colorblind.
Okay, he's gotta be trolling. His name is Seandablack, but whatever. So it turns out my lawsuit isn't racist, just misogynist. But if you ask me, I am the true feminist. I hold people accountable, regardless of gender. But go ahead and tell the judge about how it's not fair that I'm targeting 3 women. Let's see how that works out for you.
Yep, Ethan Klein, the king of the feminists.
All the best, Ethan Klein. Dude, Ethan has just been absolutely trolling them while on vacation.
Dude, he is embarrassing the fuck out of these people better than anybody else could. And it's just like the left tried to eat Ethan. You know, the left eats their own. They tried to eat Ethan. And he was like, you know what? I'm not going to allow this to happen. I'm not just going to sit by and let you have a meal of me. Fucking based.
That is diabolical. And I know you guys complain about me saying that word a lot, but come on, what other word describes the sequence of events?
Based? It's a pretty good word to describe it.
If you remember, Seandablack was literally shitting his pants, turning on his friends, saying, I don't know why you guys dragged me into this. I don't want to be sued. Wah!
Yep, because at the end of the day, they're gonna roach out.
Bro is letting out the biggest sigh of relief. He is thanking his lucky stars right now. So Asmongold responded,
This is insane. Yeah, bro, he is living his best life right now. And guys,
dude, he's laughing all the way to the fucking bank. For years, Ethan wasn't in my algorithms. He has re-entered my algorithms, and I fucking love it, man. It's so good, so good. They're getting their comeuppance.
Isn't fucking around. Well, the best part.
Yep. Fafo. Fuck around, find out.
About it is that he is partially fucking around. That's what makes it funny. And so, yeah, there you go. And he laid the trap for the summer ant.
He's fucking around and also being serious. He's confusing the fuck out of these people. Love it. I love it so much.
He sure did. He's feeling himself. This is freedom. This is, I think this has the...
This is the pure essence of America. This is the American dream right here. The modern American dream.
capacity to be Ethan's best arc. I think this
100%.
is amazing.
Yep. I've turned back around. I'm a fan of Ethan again.
Turned Ethan into a monster and I'm loving it. That's right.
Yep, that's pretty much what happens when you go after a man's kids. You get exactly what you deserve. And while I wish the lawsuit was actually real, the troll is pretty hilarious too. You pretty much got them thinking that their life is over, and that is some super villain shit. Now, I did say last video that he might have been trolling, so again, I kind of called it. I didn't know exactly this was gonna happen, but I had a suspicion, you know? This is the most action Sean will ever see, and he'll be reliving this limelight for years to come.
I actually thought it was real. I thought he was going to be suing this guy. Damn, he got me, and he really got them.
By the way, just some context, Sean is basically as irrelevant as Frogan and Kaceytron. So
Yeah, I'd never heard of the guy before this. Before Ethan brought him up. Like, I think I heard about him in passing from another video that just mentioned him. Completely left my brain, though.
anyways, people are losing their minds. Oh my god, lol. Now Ethan's pretending he didn't know Sean was black. Well, I don't know how much plausible deniability he has with that one for obvious reasons.
Dude, this guy's a fucking idiot. Ethan's pretending he didn't know Seandablack was black. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So good, man. These people are showing their colors. They're showing how fucking retarded they are.
I assume he's joking. Oh, he is, but it's getting into very weird territory. How is it very weird territory? Bro has literally shown Sean clips on stream before. Sean is in the content cop that Ethan watched on stream. He's just being a little shit, but it's becoming clear he's just racist as well.
Dude, they don't get it. Oh my god. So fucking stupid. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Keep crashing out. This is comedy gold.
Yep, comedy is illegal now,
Yeah!
guys. Also, his lawyer definitely told him to say he was joking. Oh my god, bro. Live in your fantasy land. Anyways, here we have iDubbbz's former editor criticizing Ethan. Maybe Ethan being scared of leaving his home just shows that he understands what kind of violent physical response he truly deserves. iDubbbz, you just employ the best people, don't you? He knows the harm and anguish he causes to people. He knows it's wrong. He knows he's outrunning the consequences.
What the fuck are these people on? What? Is there some drug that everybody's using that I don't know about?
So what did he mean by this? The physical response he truly deserves. The violent physical response. Sounds oddly similar to Mike from PA saying Ethan needs to bleed from the mouth.
With people like Ethan, he's not going to stop until he's bleeding out of the corner of his mouth.
These people are so pathetic. They always want to make it violent. They always want to take things too far because they can't win on merit. What has Ethan done to anyone to deserve to be threatened physically? Nothing, literally. Scared of leaving his house. He's literally on holiday, oh yeah. Anyways, so Sean responded, after failing to receive Hasan's attention, Ethan admits that he has no case against me, and he's doubling down on the misogyny of only targeting smaller woman creators.
Bro, he's so fucking cooked. He's so cooked. Everybody knows that he's fucking retarded. Like, these people, they're showing their true colors. They're freaking out. They're absolutely roaching out. They're saying everything, anything they can. Dude, anybody who's buying it, they're either bots, liars, or they're dumber than these people are.
Dude, I just love this. So if he sues these three women, he's misogynist. If he adds Sean, he's now racist. If he removes Sean, he's back down, doubling down on the misogyny. Dude, this is like brain rot chess, you know? Brain rot political chess.
This is 2D chess. They're playing checkers, and they're still losing. You know how easy it would be to win at checkers while you're playing against somebody who's playing chess? They still can't win.
Thank you for all the support, but make sure you send that energy to those who still need it. Links below. You know Sean just ran out in the streets in the middle of the night and shouted to the heavens, "Thank God!" Bro is about to have his life ruined. And then he's just linked all 3 GoFundMes. His fans were so insistent that you violated copyright. I don't think they have a single effing clue on what they're talking about. Just adopt the opinion of their current talking head on YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, now they're coping how they were in on the troll the whole time. Sad bunch.
Not me. I didn't know. Yeah, he completely got me. He got you too, man. You fell for it too, you fucking idiot.
but don't mind yourself with them. Okay, so again, this is completely brain dead. First off, these 3 people did violate copyright. Second off, when I was covering the situation, I specifically said, I don't know if Sean has violated copyright specifically because I haven't seen any clips. And I specifically asked, you know, Ethan to show clips of these before I actually made a judgment. Who would have thought, guys? Who would have thought? Who would have thought I would actually have nuance in this situation? Now, Ethan did mention that he is he was apparently close to qualifying for the lawsuit or whatever. So I don't know. I haven't seen Sean's any content actually.
Yeah, Ethan's just playing games with these people, and they're falling right into the trap every single step of the way. They're falling into every trap. I wonder what the next trap is going to be that they're going to fall into.
Except from the one clip where he wanted to murder Destiny, of course.
Can somebody just like, it would just be so easy. We would have
How did this guy not get banned off the platform? Dude, like, calling for violence doesn't get you banned. Calling Frogan a fat whore, or wait, was it Denims? I don't remember. Either way, how does that get you banned but not calling for violence? Actually calling for the death of somebody. Which is a terrorist platform.
socialism at this point. If someone just went out of their way and
Failing to get us on.
Yeah, I saw him say murder a motherfucker. I saw him say that. I saw his lips say that.
Attention, brother, we have daily crash outs from Hasan. Yes, we have definitely gotten Hasan's attention, all right? Where there's 50 videos to show that. So Sean also responded to Ethan asking Hasan to pay money. Basically, Ethan asked Hasan for 75k total. Sean responds, so after failing to force 2 women to grovel enough for his liking, he's moved on to trying to force financial penalties on Hasan, using me as hostage once again. Another false choice. Either Hasan donates the 25k publicly and further feeds Ethan's puppet master god complex. Number 2, doesn't feed Ethan's ego, so you can pin the blame of him suing me on Hasan. Millionaire socialist won't spend 75k to protect a smaller creator. F you, Ethan. I'm not your pawn. Suck my dick.
Well, you kinda are.
Bro, this tough guy act just doesn't work after you were like crying on stream, bro.
True. Dude, it's so fucking... I love it. I love it so much. This is my favorite saga that has happened on the internet. The Ethan versus Hasan orbiting moon saga.
There's no way a judge would look at all the shit and take any of it to trial. This is intimidation and coercion at its finest. Ah, yes, the guy named Dumb on Twitter knows more than actual lawyers.
Oh god. Oh god. Yes. Yes.
Of course. Bro, he's turned you guys into absolute lolcows, that's true. Anyways, more people are freaking out. The Kleins are hideous looking people with even more vile, rotten souls. And then we just got 2 of them having like the best time ever. That pretty much just sums up Twitter, bro. Like a bunch of people getting mad and then the other side's just enjoying themselves.
That's me, man. I get hate constantly. People sending me paragraphs and I'm just laughing at them. It's so good. Hey, man, you're giving me engagement. You're boosting my views. And I love it when people are like, oh, this video got 100 views. How embarrassing. And then a few hours later when I check it and I see it and I'm like, oh, he says that I got under 100 views. How many views did I get on this video? Oh, 2,000 views? Holy shit. This didn't age well at all. And it's only been a day.
Anyways, we got Omega Simp always inserting himself in every situation.
He looks like Jared from Subway. Does he not? He gives me those vibes.
Mike from PA. Ethan is 40.
He should change his name to Jared from Subway.
Oh my god, he looks like he's nearing social security retirement age. Dude, it's like Mike enjoys being humiliated, bro. He always brings up something where you could say something that would absolutely demolish him, but you know what, I've brought it up too many times. Let's move on. Anyways, now we gotta move on to Kaceytron apparently getting married. Kaceytron tweets, I may not be rich in money, but I'm so rich in love. Some people are so rich in money, but lacking of love in their heart.
Wait. Doesn't she live with her parents? Who's she getting married to? Does he also live with their parents? Do they both just live with her parents? Because if he lives with her parents, that's fucking pathetic. I don't know this guy, though.
They use their fortune to threaten those less fortunate. There is so much good they could do with that money instead. Sad. And I'm just gonna say sorry in advance, but I saw it, you have to see it. Kaceytron and her boyfriend Joshua eloped, getting married outside Subway in Walmart.
Wait, are we supposed to hear?
Yeah, I'll put yours on you.
Right?
I mean, it's exactly what she wanted. She wanted to be proposed to in her favorite place, which is Subway. How romantic. I mean, this guy, he's winning.
Okay, stop. I'm not showing that, all right? Yeah, I know I Frogan flashbang you guys on a regular basis.
Like, it's so disgusting that they did that for the camera, but it's just funny that they did that for the camera. Like, they 100% did this whole eloping thing in front of the camera to get views. That's the only reason. They did it in front of Subway. It's just absolute cinema. At this point, I'm just like, is this even real? Is this really happening? I wish it wasn't. I wish this was like reality TV. I wish this was like a drama show, but it's just a drama real life. And it actually is happening. These people are fucking, holy shit. I don't even know what to say about that. Actual Dollar General people.
And I've tortured you guys quite a bit, but even I am a man of mercy, all right? Even I have my limits. I will not subject you to a Kaceytron kiss. That is a level of hell no man should ever have to endure. Please.
Yeah, I didn't want to be throwing up because I'm like already on the cusp of just like...
Please, can we all get a moment of silence for this guy? All right, now that that's done, dude, can you imagine calling yourself a man and getting married to Kaceytron? You couldn't pay me $1 bajillion for that shit.
I can get through it.
He's probably a really weird guy. Like, judging by how he's touching her arm like that and his face, he doesn't look like he's like... He looks more attractive than Kaceytron. I think he just caught a fish and settled. Because I think that he could do better.
Anything with this man. I'm crying a little. I can get through anything with this man. We may not be rich in money, but we are so rich in love. We have so much love for each other, so much love around us. And I just love you so much. I do.
Dear Lord, I pray only one thing. May this type of love never find me. Bro literally looks like he's being held hostage. Casey over there like smile and nod, smile and nod.
Yeah, he's like, man, I really wish this wasn't on camera. That's probably what he's thinking. He's like, this would be a lot better, but at least it's happening. You know, good for him at least. He's got himself a woman. It just sucks that it's Kaceytron.
Also, you know that they have a lot of love for each other when they're doing this, when the camera is turned on. This dude over here.
Yeah, at Subway in front of Walmart. Yeah.
Like, he only hired me for 30 minutes. Casey, please turn the camera off. I'm gonna need overtime now. Now, but honestly, I was gonna say I feel bad for the guy, but let's be real. This guy is probably equally crazy as Casey.
Fucking true. Yeah, I don't know anything about that guy, but with the way he looks, he's not attractive. He's not like a really good looking dude, but he looks better than Kaceytron. Makes me think that, yeah, he probably does have something a little bit off. You know what I mean? He's a little twisted.
Because if you think about it, no normal dude is ever going for Casey, all right? You gotta be a straight nut job. You gotta probably be someone who agrees with all of her takes and all of her actions and find...
Or probably doesn't actually believe anything. Is just a really dumb dude. And then is just gonna agree with everything Kaceytron says because he doesn't actually believe anything.
Finds her, you know, pleasant. But now it makes complete sense why incel is her favorite word. Everything just fitting together like the Millennium Puzzle. Also, the most hilarious thing is if you gave every incel in the world a choice between staying an incel forever or being with Casey, I think everybody's choosing to jump into a volcano. Anyways, apparently Casey and her husband have a message for the haters.
Hey haters, what do you think of this? What do you think of this?
What do you think of that?
Dude, this is so fucking cringe. What? How is this content?
Me and my love, I have to pull up the camera because he's so tall. This strong, tall man.
Stop.
Unlike these hateful little men.
Dude, this is like a fetish.
These hateful little men typing on their keyboards. They're not strong men. They're very weak, actually. Like, okay, loser, incel.
Oh my god, how dare she say incel? She doesn't even know what that means!
Are you okay, Casey? Are you off your meds? She is so mad. Oh my god. But honestly, I'm very happy for this couple. You guys deserve each other. This is true love, guys. You know, when on the day you're proposing to each other, you are malding about people on Twitter. You're literally losing your mind and saying, look guys, look how happy I am. Also, boom, it's a salad. Boom, it's a gym. Did I scare you with that, Casey? I'm sorry.
No, she probably likes salad. She probably really does like salad. But she likes to drown it in ranch and cheese and throw bacon in it. That sounds really good, actually. But she probably eats a lot more of that than I could. I'll get like one little bowl and I probably won't even finish that. She's probably gonna eat like 10 of them.
That's how we feel anytime Frogan or you pop up on the screen. The absolute fear in our hearts. Now, I was gonna go on a massive rant here, but I don't think I'm allowed to be honest. I will only say one thing. How are they gonna pay for the marriage with this lawsuit happening and stuff? Because, I don't know, you might have to get married in Walmart as well.
No, they'll probably just go get a piece of paper at the courthouse.
She really thinks she's winning this, by the way. Anyways, now she continues going after Asmongold. The incel brigade is spreading misinformation. I never said Asmon killed his mom. Asmongold hates to be truthful. Yeah, I didn't say it, guys. I just heavily implied it. Hasan tactics once again. It's not a false flag, guys, but it would have been the perfect false flag. Kowalski analysis.
Yes, I did like that tweet. It says, thankfully, XQC's lifestyle hasn't led directly to the death of one of his parents yet, so he has that going for him over Asmon at least.
No, that's not even implied. I'm sorry, MorePegasus, she didn't imply it. She just didn't directly say it, but she did say it. She just said it in a weird jumbled way to make it sound like that's not really what she's saying. If you're a fucking moron, you'd think that's not what she's saying. Not saying that MorePegasus is a moron. He sees through it. He knows what she's saying. But she did outright say it.
I'll admit, I did like that tweet.
I'll admit, I just agree with that take. I didn't say it though, guys.
Yeah, she said it. He knows. He knows.
I definitely didn't say it. I just agreed with somebody else saying it. Now, apparently she wants him banned
She said it and then said that she agrees with it. So she said it.
from Twitch. Basically, this psychopath Hasan stan here said, responding to the negative backlash from saying Kaceytron's family deserves to be financially ruined, Asmongold appears to suggest that he intends to incite members of his audience into doing stochastic violence against his detractors. Yeah, that is not at all what Asmongold said. He basically says that if they try to harass him online, he will be fighting back. He never said something about physical violence, unlike how these guys actually do that.
He did say something about physical violence, actually. He said that he does not support it at all. That anybody who is crashing out, who is committing physical violence, should be locked in a box forever. That's what he has said. Like, he is completely against it.
Anyways, Casey quote tweets us saying, really not sure why Twitch hasn't done anything about someone explicitly calling for violence and saying they will use their community to harass. If you look through my comments,
Yeah, I'm not really sure why. Really not sure why Twitch hasn't done anything about someone calling for violence. Yeah, I'm not sure either. You're right. I agree with that.
sections, it's pretty clear they are taking his marching orders. I was doxxed yesterday. Yeah, I missed the part where Asmon ever said he wanted to dox you. Why don't you just say sorry? It's not violence to dish out what was given. Really not sure why Twitch hasn't done anything about someone explicitly falsely accusing a fellow creator of killing their mother and falsely accusing detractors of abuse, which causes their community to harass. If you look through her history, it's pretty clear she's malicious and her audience eats it up. Cry bully. It's always the incels. It's always Asmon's fault. Same story every day. But don't worry, guys. She has a lot of love. She's getting...
Yeah, she's stuck in a cycle of madness. She's stuck in a cycle of retardation and she's circling the drain. And when she makes her way through those pipes and it gets to the sewer ditch, the end of the line, she will be crowned the ultimate retard. And the only thing that she'll be able to eat is shit. Because that's all that's there in that sewer ditch.
Married in Walmart. Now, apparently Asmon also revealed why Kaceytron has such a hate boner for him.
The actual last reason, the reason why Kaceytron actually doesn't like me is because I dated one of her arch nemesises in the old Twitch days, which was Pink Sparkles. I dated Izzy, and then basically what happened is that Kaceytron was really popular, and then Izzy started streaming, and Pink Sparkles, and, you know, a lot of people sure seemed to watch her stream more, and Kaceytron got really mad about that, spread lies about Izzy, about Pink Sparkles, many, many times.
Yep. Typical bitch behavior.
tried to take shots at her and say all these negative things. And obviously I defended her. She was my girlfriend at the time. And Kaceytron got upset about that. So really all this is a bruised ego from 10 years ago.
Wait. You're telling me Kaceytron was popular? Oh my god, thank God I missed that era of the internet. That is the...
Wow. What happened? Like, she definitely does look more attractive in this right here.
most shocking thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, figures that she was completely incompetent and couldn't do jack shit with the audience she was given, and is somehow still
Whoa, hold on, man. Just like the difference.
Thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, figures that she was completely incompetent and couldn't do jack shit with the audience she was given, and is somehow still complete.
Dude, Kaceytron is the ultimate example of looks fade.
Broke. I mean, she couldn't have been that popular if she didn't manage to make any sort of like lifelong income or anything like.
Like, she doesn't even look like the same person. What the fuck happened? Did she start drinking heavily or something, or did she just gain an addiction to Subway and McDonald's?
That, or even have a hint of savings. Sucks to suck, I guess. Maybe try a change of career, Kaceytron. Maybe try becoming a slop tuber. I hear it's quite nice.
It's fun as fuck, dude. It is so fun. I actually enjoy this. Like, it doesn't even really feel like I'm doing any kind of work, which really I kind of not, but I am at the same time. It is kind of a lot of work.
But yeah, that backstory is so hilarious. It all stemmed from jealousy. Right, so now I wanted to quickly go over this insane Hasan fan. So basically, this person responds to this Kaceytron tweet, and they say, "You didn't say that, but you wouldn't have been wrong if you had. I'd say this is just Asmon's guilty conscience lashing out, but I'm not entirely sure he has one." Okay, so again, they're basically saying, yes, Asmon did kill his mom. You wouldn't have been wrong if you had, huh? And then somebody says, "Did his mom get what she deserved?" They respond, "Hard to say what anyone deserves, but she did raise the snake that bit her." Oh my god, dude. These people are insane. Insane. Zero morals.
Hang on. I need to find a new word. Gotta open up a thesaurus. Crazy, mad, deranged, unhinged, wild, nuts, berserk, lunatic, manic, frenzied. I like all those words. Those are all good. Let's try some more. Bonkers, batty, wacko, nutty, demented, psychotic, loony, delirious, maniacal, outlandish, not zany. That one's not a good one. All the rest of them, though, yeah. I think bonkers might be my favorite one. I think I'm gonna use that one a lot more. Bonkers, wacko, bonkers, wacko, batty. Yeah, I'm gonna use those.
Complete freaking psychopaths. You can't even have sympathy for his mom dying? Absolutely crazy, dude. What a load of bollocks. You have no—
Yeah, these people are evil.
Factual basis for that statement. That is a horrific thing to say. Anyways, after this, Ethan calls out Casey. Somebody did this like huge sob story saying that, oh, this is like Ethan, a rich guy going after Casey, a poor person. Ethan responds, "These MF will do anything to avoid admitting they're wrong. You're barking up the wrong tree. She's not even attempted to reach out or even find an attorney, and you're crying about class warfare? Here's something we all need to face down in life, regardless of money: personal responsibility."
Yeah, she probably thinks this is all gonna go away, or it's not real, or it's not happening. She's just gonna not think about it, and maybe it'll go away. Maybe everybody will forget, and we'll all move on.
It's time to take some, and no judge cares about your excuses, nor do I. P.S. I'm not from money. I've had no success handed to me. You don't know anything about me. She's on a road trip right now instead of finding a lawyer. How much of the 41K do you think she's already spent on Wade?
And McDonald's. And Subway. She probably bought those rings for herself with that money.
As I said, any funds donated to Casey are likely based on previous events, maybe possibly going to weed. Also, this is just tragic. How does she have 41K? Who the hell is donating, bro? Are these like Hasan's alt accounts? Because he did say last time, I'm gonna be secretly donating to everybody because
No, maybe he donated like 40K. I could see that. And then that like 1K, it comes from her audience of weirdos who I don't even think are really part of her audience. They're just part of Hasan's audience. And they're like, well, she's friends with Hasan, so let's donate to her. Here's $5.
I can't imagine anybody sane is actually donating. But to be fair, there's a lot of crazies in this world. That's why we need the Pegasus channel, baby. You gotta educate.
Yeah, all these people are batty. Bonkers.
educate the peoples. Anyways, moving on to legal mindset. So he made this video called "It Looks Bad for Denims."
Hey, I saw that pop up in my feed, but it was an hour and 17 minutes long, so I was like, I'll wait until somebody talks about it.
Lawyer reviews lawsuit. And it's a pretty long video. Highly recommend to check it out for the full coverage. I'm just going to talk about a few small segments.
The nightmare on Denim Street. So legal writing is boring, and judges are humans. You want to entertain them. You've got to keep people engaged, and legal stuff is no different. If you can make it interesting and keep people laughing or, just engaged, paying attention, that's good. That's really good.
Dude, it's so funny that Ethan is actually using his legitimate comedy skills to entertain the court. I guess that's my new profession now, slop tuber to lawyer pipeline. I mean, we got the arguing down, we got the evidence down, just gotta, missing the law school, of course. Now, this part, he talks about Denim's most damning statements.
We don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it, Denims, prior to reacting to content nuke Hasan Piker, which goes right to the heart of it and really is the most damning piece of evidence. So he's putting at the beginning of the complaint, at the beginning, up front, the most damning evidence.
So here's the problem with this whole thing that they're not getting, that Denims and all these people aren't getting. And a lot of these reaction people, they miss the part where Ethan registered the content nuke with the Smithsonian, like with the government, as a copyrighted video, legally copyrighted. That's where they're all missing this. It is actually legally copyrighted, like officially, with the government. There's no way you're getting out of this.
That's the way to do it. That's correct. You start with something really strong that that the judge can't disagree with. It's like in sales. You start getting people to say yes. That's sales psychology. Well, guys, if you enjoy not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, and throw a prime if you like my content.
Yeah, at this point, it would be just like saying, hey, I'm going to watch this episode of One Piece. You should watch me watch it so you don't give that trash show any views. By the way, I'm not saying One Piece is trash. I like One Piece. I've watched the first 5 seasons of it. Good show. I plan on finishing it if it ever ends. But at this point, it's literally the same thing because it has been registered with the government.
So this is once again going to the heart of it. It's strong evidence that is saying directly, we are siphoning views. We are using ourselves as a substitute by not giving any views to that video. Big oof. These two are the best pieces of evidence that he has. And then we're going to go from there.
There we have it, straight from a lawyer. I mean, even the layman can see that she's basically admitting her crimes, like the absolute dunce she is. And this just kind of confirms it. Say goodbye to all of that legal money and all that GoFundMe money. Denims basically made this case as easy as possible for Ethan to win. In fact, Ethan might even have the strongest case against Denims here. But obviously I'm not a lawyer, so. Then he talks about the difference in the firepower of Ethan versus Denims.
Over 7 years ago, the owners of Plaintiff 10 Entertainment, Ethan and Gila Klein, established the legal standard for fair use in Hosadiah versus Klein. So this is very fun fact about the Kleins. They have been involved in copyright lawsuits. So what this means is they have lawyers that are experienced here. So while the Kleins have a major advantage, both in money and experienced lawyers,
they don't realize how fucked they are. It's so crazy. Love it, love it, love it. Dude. Absolute cinema. Cinema. This is comedy gold. I can't wait until this is all over so I can watch the documentary that comes out about this, where they cover everything from start to finish. Probably be 10 hours.
Now, Denims, Frogan, and Kaceytron, they might be out there getting the Saul Goodmans of the copyright law world. We have no idea. They may have to get the strip mall lawyer because, frankly, I don't think they're going to have enough money for the white glove, top tier New York law firms or California law firms that are at the top tier of their game. I just don't think so. I think they're going to end up with.
Yeah, especially when Ethan's not doing this to make money. He's doing this to set a precedent. He's doing this because they went after his children. He don't give a fuck. He's going hard. He's probably going to spend as much money as it needs to take. And he's not even seeking really any money. He just wants to destroy these people for trying to destroy him and his family.
with some guys who may, have a mismatch, mismatched blazer and pants in the courtroom.
We got Saul Goodman. Gotta get that criminal lawyer. And this is especially ironic considering she was using pictures of Chuck in her Twitter. Meanwhile, she's the one who's actually gonna end up hiring Jimmy McGill. Then he talks about how much worse it
Actually, no. If she hires Jimmy McGill, there's a huge chance she's gonna win. I don't think that's who she's gonna be hiring.
is that she actually did this live. She did a live reaction.
The fact that she did it live. She didn't even wait. She did it live. If she had waited and done it the next day or done it 2 days after, Denims would have a better argument. But she didn't wait because these people are impatient idiots. They have no idea about the law. They have no idea about anything. And
not only do they not know about the law, they don't care about the law. And it's coming back to bite them in the ass. Like we've been telling them, we've been warning them, but they didn't listen. No, they didn't listen.
Doing things like that, doing things live, and was perfect. It really put her in the worst possible legal position. She's screwed. At this point, I'm leaning on the 90% for side of Ethan.
Probably a 98%. I give it 98. Maybe they'll settle. Doubt it. Once it starts going, I could see them settling, though.
Legally speaking.
90%. Now, I'm not a betting man, but I kind of like those odds. When it comes to 90 to 10, okay, I'll be a betting man for this one. And of course,
I don't even think it's 90-10. He didn't say 90%. He said 90s%, which is more than 90.
Denims had to do it live and she couldn't wait. She was too stuck up on her pure hatred of Ethan that she completely ended up cooking herself. And this is kind of what happens when you are fueled by such anger and such vitriol for someone you don't even know that much. Obviously, you can not like his politics or you can disagree with his takes or whatever, but taking it so far as to, indirectly lead to the CPS call on his kid, or to have that stream where you're encouraging the whole situation with CPS.
Or directly. We don't know actually who caused this, who actually called. I could see one of these crazy bitches doing it and being like, nobody's ever gonna find out. This is an anonymous call. Like, nobody's gonna find out.
On his kids, that is just extremely vile. You're taking it to the real world. You're trying to separate a family. And she really just is a psychopath.
She said early in the debate that she acknowledges she used third-party content as filler and siphons views away from the original. So she admits that she's infringing. Like, I think filler content, you shouldn't do it. I know I do it as a React streamer, so she's confessing to the crime. She's literally self-reporting. So her argument is, I'm just a small creator, so they don't apply to me. No, that's not what's happening here. What's happening is they haven't found you, Denims, because to a large channel, your theft, you are a piss ant, legally, financially to them. You are nothing to them because you're so small. They could sue you, they would win, but you're nothing to them. You are absolute nothing to them. You do not matter, Denims. So, but just because you don't matter doesn't mean what you did isn't illegal. Just because someone doesn't catch you speeding doesn't mean speeding isn't illegal. Just because you drive drunk and you don't get caught on a country back road doesn't mean it's suddenly legal.
Piss ant. Oh my lord. Subscribe to Legal Mindset. Holy shit, this guy's great.
Yep, I'm already subscribed. I've been subscribed for a while. Ever since the Johnny Somali situation started.
Absolute cinema. Dude, I'm telling you, Denims has that Hasan level IQ. And you would think that they don't actually think this, but this is their legitimate argument. They actually think that it doesn't matter because they are so small and Ethan is so rich and he's such a like a bigger creator that it doesn't matter that I'm stealing views from him. And this is how they think because they use the same logic when they justify like burning cars and looting stores. Oh, who cares about robbing different stores? Like,
oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. You're all lying. They're not burning cars. Literally got into an argument. Well, I didn't get into an argument. Somebody tried to argue with me and they were like, when were people burning cars? I'm like, bro, where the fuck were you?
like Apple or even small mom and pop shops. Well, they're probably owned by rich people, so it doesn't matter.
Or right-wing extremists.
They are so stupid and privileged. They don't realize you can't just break the law and get away with it. This is what happens when you spend all of your time online in echo chambers. You actually forget the reality of this world where you can't just break laws. And you might have gotten away with it multiple times before, but this is the one time you are being held accountable and you can't take it. You are so used to preferential treatment that regular treatment seems like harassment, seems like some racism, sexism, or whatever. That is not how it works in reality.
And Denims, Frogan, and Kaceytron, you guys should pay me for this. You guys should send me right now a super thanks for this. And here's how you do it. Here's how we do it, guys. Here's how we do it, chat.
You settle. Just settle. If you settle, then all this goes away, and then everything goes to discovery, and it's all over. And then you don't have to deal with this anymore.
You say, I'm going to rat out like a jailhouse snitch. I'm going to rat out the people that called CPS, and I'm going to give you their names and all their information.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
I forgot about that video. Yeah, that one too. They should either settle or do this or something, man.
Wow. Oh, God. Woo!
So you can pursue
Yeah, I don't think they actually know, though.
them because you really want them, right?
Yeah.
You really want them.
It's 50-50. It's 50-50 that they know who did the CPS call.
We're going to give up their heads. We're going to sacrifice them to the corn. We're going to
Yes.
put them out there in the wood chipper.
Yes.
If you drop this against us, we'll do that for you privately. So no one sees it. It's going to be private, off the books. We're going to slide their heads to you, but you got to drop it against us. And I think that's the real sauce. And I think
I'm going to be honest. I don't think they know who did it. I don't think they can do this. Like, obviously, this is absolute cinema.
Yeah, either they can or can't. And that's what I'm saying. It's 50-50. Like, if they don't do this, then they don't know. If they do this, and they do know, and that person's fucked. And then they just threw one of their people under the bus. Like, either way, it is really bad. Dude, they have pushed themselves into a corner.
But if I'm looking at this logistically...
Yeah, like, they dug themselves so deep. There's no climbing out of this hole.
They probably don't even know who did it.
Dude, this is...
It's like the rope that Ethan is throwing them. He's throwing them 2 ropes. One of them's covered in spikes and the other one's on fire. Which one you gonna choose?
Such cinema, man. If they turned on each other and they just started throwing each other under the bus, like exposing who did the CPS call and stuff.
Dude, man, he's really trying to get them to throw each other under the bus. Seandablack kind of did. But I don't think he was in, like, the immediate circle. I think it was more of a satellite than an orbiting moon.
And I don't know if they did know who did it or not. I feel like they're definitely not loyal enough to each other, and they probably want to save their own skin. So if they knew...
Yep, self-preservation. That's what it's all about to these insane leftists.
They would definitely rat them out. But yeah, Asmund thinks they're going to be screwed anyways, even if they do try to rat them out, because then they might be liable for something else.
Here's the funny thing. He's leaving this out. Is that if they know who did it, calling and weaponizing a governmental agency on another person is, as far as I know, a criminal offense. It's kind of like in the same spectrum of swatting, and he can correct me if I'm wrong.
That'd be fucking insane if Hasan was the one who did it. Not saying he did, but he did call the police falsely on his ex-girlfriend for a wellness check, for a welfare check, whatever you call it. So I could see him doing some shit like this. An anonymous call to the CPS. Are they going to throw him under the bus if he did that? Probably not.
About this. But if they know who did it, and they
Ooh, what do you, man, I'm starting to not be able to talk at the end of this video. What do you think the chances are that the reason Hasan has decided to randomly start donating money to them is because he saw this where Legal Mindset said that and he's like, shit, they might throw me under the bus. I better pay for this. And I guarantee you that he's letting as many people donate as possible to these people so that whenever it's like right about to be the end, he's going to finish it out and he's going to donate the rest. Just so he could donate the least amount possible.
Coordinated with that person. Not only would they be doing that and getting away from this lawsuit, but they would be opening themselves up to somehow a sort of accessory lawsuit or accessory charge for weaponizing a federal agency and submitting false reports. So this actually, like, aiding and abetting, right? So actually this could be even worse for them if they did this. Please let them do this. That would be really fucking funny, man. Well, I don't think it would be hard to prove because these people probably have private communications that completely explain that they were doing it maliciously. Like, just in total plain English, that they were doing it maliciously.
Oh yeah, I mean, if their phone records or messages or anything are looked into, they are completely cooked.
Yeah, especially if they do the dumb shit that Logan Paul did. And it was like trying to get all of CoffeeZilla's emails and texts and communications to leak, and he was like, oh shit, that means I have to leak all my stuff. I take that back, I take it back. I could see that happening. When they're wanting to be like, well, Ethan, he's definitely said some things about us, so let's see, let's have him release all of that by law, by the court of law. And then the court is like, hey, that means you too. And they're like, oh fuck, start deleting stuff now. And you can't do that. You can't delete stuff. And by the way, you actually can't delete stuff. There are ways to get that information back.
I'm almost certain they would have been talking about some shit that would probably get them screwed in court. And he's right about this because they could be considered liable if they were part of the plan to call CPS on Ethan's kids. Or if they knew that was happening and basically aided them in any way. And I just find it funny how every one of them is reacting so differently. From Casey not even having any lawyers and randomly getting married, to Frogan, I don't know, probably buying an extra large pizza, to Denims actually trying to fight this in court and thinking she has a chance, to Sean just getting trolled. This is my Marvel universe, guys. This is my Avengers. Also, Kowalski, analysis, what is this video? Homepage as well. Thank you, YouTube. You're doing a good job. I don't know about you guys, this Pegasus guy might...
Dude, also, I'm getting more views than I've ever gotten, so fucking thank you, YouTube. Thank you to everybody who's watching this. Thank you everybody commenting, especially the Hasan Piker weirdos. Because every time you leave a comment, you're giving me a view and you're engaging with my posts. And it just boosts the algorithm. More views than I've ever gotten. And it's crazy. I love it. Thank you so much. You fucking freaks. And especially thank you to the people that are watching who fucking hate Hasan Piker and all of his orbiting moons.
Might be the greatest YouTuber ever. I'm gonna subscribe, watch all of his videos, tell all my friends about him, and then proceed to absolutely win at life in every way imaginable. Because that is just the sequence of events for a Pegasus fan. Anyways, let's move on to people going after streamer Emiru. Basically, Emiru gave like the most lukewarm...
Yeah, I made a video about this yesterday. It was a short one. It seems that he's gonna talk a little bit more about it than I did, so let's add on to what he's adding on.
Warm basic take about Ethan's lawsuit. She said that, hey, it's wrong to steal content. And now apparently Hasan's goon squad is just harassing her like crazy.
What was Emer talk?
Well, reacts are a little scary because I saw that some people are getting sued for reactions, but Mr. Daily wouldn't sue me. We're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes. Or it's people that like maliciously react, like they react.
Isn't it crazy how Amaru knows about this, but all the people against Ethan don't know about this? It's probably because she watched the video for fun.
And by the way, she is kind of a wokey. She's woke. I like Emmy. I disagree with a lot of her worldviews, but she's not a political person. And that's what I keep saying, man. You step out of line an inch, they'll have your fucking head. And she wasn't even really, she was kind of just like, oh, I've found myself in this line. Where are we marching? Where is everybody marching to? I'm going to leave this. And then they were like, hey, you can't leave. Get her. And then she was like, I didn't mean to come in here. What the fuck? You people are insane.
5 minutes. This obvious nuance is just totally lost.
Watch me so that they don't get any views. Like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you're courting disaster. It's crazy. Even she understands this. She probably watched half the video.
Right, so that was her take. You can't steal content.
Yep. And just for that obvious, like everybody knows this take, people are absolutely crashing out
Most normal basic take ever. She didn't criticize Hasan or any orbiters, nothing. Not even a fraction of what I've done. And this is what people are responding to her with. Here we got a tweet with 74k likes. Woman who hangs out with every grapist she meets. I think Israelis are fine. Okay, so
It had like 60k last time I saw that.
she didn't mention Israelis at all. She was literally talking about Ethan's lawsuit. But of course, these people will make it some sort of weird political issue.
Yeah, because they've got political brain.
Also, in case you're confused about who the grapists are, this person is referring to, I think, Asmongold and Tectone. I don't know. Obviously, again, just complete slander. You just can't say this shit. Seeing the misogyny see through the lip tears every time a woman disagrees with them is one of my favorite aspects of this app. She gives terrible companies not misogyny.
You know what's kind of crazy, though? You know what's really crazy? That Emiru is directly connected to NMP lol, and he is directly connected to Hasan. So, like, this is all a bunch of Twitch streamer infighting. This is some, like, actual basic bitch celebrity shit. This is just the new form of it.
You point that out. Man who is biased on the internet strawmans woman in a bad faith tactic. As a joke, actually, you humorless idiot. It's a joke! I'm just slandering people as a joke, guys! The classic Kaceytron tactic. I was just trolling, guys! I've been trolling this entire time! I was only pretending to be regarded. Just say you want to eliminate all J's next time. Oh, but just because you asked nicely. H3 Snark and Lefty Twitter have now set their sights on Emiru. Emiru, the—
I wish they wouldn't say lefty Twitter. I wish they would say insane leftist freaks. Because it's not the left that's doing this. It is the insane leftist freaks on the left. I have a lot of leftist friends. I am a leftist. We get lumped into these right-wing extremist groups. I don't fucking know. I don't know why. It's a projection, obviously. They project everything. Everything is a projection with them.
woman who had a podcast with Asmongold and Tectone, I'm shocked. The levels of pick-me this girl has resorted to is insane. And yes, you can do that. The platform you and your friends would have millions on wouldn't exist otherwise. Emiru is that scene girl who sometimes does a Nazi salute because it's edgy.
Doesn't happen.
I don't know how to explain it, but neo-Nazi groypers always follow these kinds of girls online, willingly lean in their racist shit for attention. I'm not saying she's actually racist, guys. Guys, I just want to protect myself. Who is the Nazi in question here, by the way? Is it the guy who made this about Israelis and Jews somehow? By the way, react to people they—
Yeah, they call everybody racist, but they just cannot stop thinking about race. They cannot get it out of their brains, but everybody else is a racist.
Hey, that is the point of fair use. It's called criticism, not to mention the people who are reacting to a hit piece on them. How effing smooth-brained. Classic Redditors just ignoring, you know, every actual merit of the lawsuit. The fact that they maliciously tried to steal views from Ethan and steal his content. But of course, it's convenient to pretend none of that happened. Useful little token she is. Emery's all in on defending Asmon. She's washed without Asmon support and viewers.
H3 Snark and Lefty Twitter set their sights on Emiru. What the fuck? Emiru is a scene girl that sometimes does a Nazi salute because it's edgy. Emiru does a Nazi salute. And this is the thing, is that these are the people that useful little token she is. I just want you to see that, like, anything that these people do.
Yep, and they're all like the typical people. Yeah, every fucking time. These flags. I'm saying flags with an L, but also the other word that doesn't have an L in it. At least one of them has an American flag, but it's the second one.
These people are abusive. They're bullies. They want to gang up on people and push them around. I think, again, the best way to approach this stuff is to just call it out immediately and just say how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, and they're the same types of people that whenever the new, whatever you call it, regime that resembles Nazis, they're going to fall right in line and pretend that they're not. But they're going to be doing all the violent things. They're going to be putting Jews in ovens. That's where this leads. That's where this kind of rhetoric, where this kind of attitude leads. Bunch of fucking insane liars.
When they go after attacking somebody like Emiru for saying that, you know, maybe it's not a good idea to react to somebody's video and say actively that you're breaking fair use, they're going to act like this is somehow like Nazi adjacent.
It's just crazy how radicalized these people are. The moment somebody points out the common sense opinion, they lose their minds and try to slander her and harass her in any way. And this basically just shows to everybody on the fence which side to be on. Anyways, that's about it. Click this video or you double in size every Tuesday. All right.
It's funny. He's talking about which side of the fence you're on. We have moved where the fence is. because the fence is not dividing left and right anymore. It is dividing the extreme far left and everybody else.